I really like the sort of four-square method. So I take the excerpt, I move it to syntax. From syntax, I plug in whatever words from the lexicon, and I make the sounds there. And then once I have all the sounds, I'll write it. So last week I made the ORCISH language. 80 chapters into NALA SAGA, and I was like, I think that it's time to go full Tolkien, you know, and make the ORCISH language. And so this video is like a little guide to the sounds and a little bit of the grammar. I'm still figuring out the grammar, a little bit of the lexicon, and then I'll go through an example. Okay, so I'm going to do this 2 times. I'm going to follow along with the sounds, and then I'll follow along with the words. The words, I made this last week. This is going to be slow, but it'll be fun. Okay. O agrapkath okmurgu, once upon a mournful night. Agmukra nini ok, there was a girl. Ba agmukra ja ok urk, who was an orc. Aghaja slidi batsich ngasegani bagri. Aghaja lagled banul, ngavelag shejga zalva. Agilag led khajga. Nga agdurnini, o haiga ogana. Ag urdang khaja rayu. Durga okwai. Durga okwai kwai. Durga okwai kwai guna. Oth akrapkath ok murku. Agmukra nini okpa. Agmukra ja ok urk. Let me see. Kha ja sl ed I ba tsich nga segani ba kri. Khaja laglev banul. Notice that nul, black has Nala's N in there, the flower. Nga vel agshejga zalva. Agilaglev khajg. Nga agdor nini o waicha ogana. Ag urdan khaja rayu. Durga okwai. Durga ogwai gwai. Durga ogwai gwai guna. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. This is the excerpt, and I'll eventually walk you through from excerpt to syntax, which is the grammar, to the sounds, to the writing. I was thinking about talking about the lexicon, the words, the dictionary, but I think I'm going to save that for another video when I have more of the lexicon filled out. This is the basic lexicon, and I'll have different lexicons for the farmer versus the butcher, versus the soldier's lexicon, versus the politician's lexicon, and so on. And the poet's lexicon will be all the lexicons put together because the poet plays on the meanings of all things. The way that we're going to start, though, is we're going to talk about the alphabet. So this is the Middle Orcish alphabet, which just means that as I practice this, it's going to get more cursive-y, and some of these complicated glyphs are going to be simplified. I don't know how they're going to be simplified yet, because the way that writing gets simplified over time has to do with changing mediums and getting comfortable enough with it to start making shortcuts. So here's the alphabet. This is split into vowels and consonants. I was thinking about making it an abjad like Hebrew or Arabic, where they just write the consonants and not the vowels. But the vowels are really important in Orcish culture because of emotions. So in acting school, we learned that meaning lives in consonants and emotion lives in vowels. Meaning, emotion. And because all the magic comes from emotion, each of the gods gets their own vowel. And I'll go through those in a minute. So that's why it's an alphabet. Each one of these symbols is a sound. I'm just going to go quickly through each of the sounds. E, O, I, I. This one is kind of funny. It's like ra, This is a weird sound, and it's not very common. Usually, the oo in Orcish is going to be oo down here. So, I, a, and that's like this is the small I will often romanize this as that. Oo. The consonants. P, B, R, or R, L, N. So this is the first letter in Nala's name. I made it a flower. M, G, Kr, gets its own glyph. As in Ra, which is the sun god, the demon. And you'll notice in the middle of the glyph, all the gods are surrounding the demon. And the only one who didn't seal the demon was Ugru, who is right below. It's like a back door almost, right? So all of these gods sealed Ra, and Ugru keeps the seal, but she did not seal him. That's the weak point in the circle, right? This is the cosmic circle. K, Ch, T, D, J, J, F, V, Z, S. And this one, when you write it fast, it kind of gets mixed up with R. So S and R will probably be different in different dialects. Sh, V, V, V. V is one of the most common glyphs that I've been writing, and so this will probably get simplified, but I'm not sure to what yet. And I also organized these. These are the oldest sounds, these are the middle sounds, and these are the newest modern. These are the modern sounds, right? I mean, these do show up in when Middle Orcish was New Orcish. These were new, is what I'm trying to get at. And so in Nala's Orcish, some of any of these may fall away. And then some new sounds from Neamese or whatever. We'll get going. Okay, the exciting part. I'm very excited about this. The excerpt is as such. Once upon a moonful night, there was a girl who was an orc. She had gold slitted eyes and dark green skin. Her black hair, when light touched it, drank it in. And when she turned 11, she began to have true dreams. The circle turns, the circle turns, the circle turns again. Okay? So this is what my process has been, and I really like this sort of four-square method. So I take the excerpt, I move it to syntax. From syntax, I plug in whatever words from the lexicon, and I make the sounds there. And then once I have all the sounds, I'll write it. And all the writing, it's from bottom to top, right to left. It's columns, it grows like a plant, right? Grows like a plant. Orcs are very, very close to nature in all the best ways and all the horrifying ways. And different tribes are closer to different parts of nature. The orcs in Snowjaw are close to things in a different way than the orcs of Orkshire, different from the orcs of Yegara, different from the orcs of Ruinport, which used to be called Orlithia, different from the orcs of Ugrath and Magla, and there are these like vampire orcs who live in caves near the in what's called Kurlu, a country that's like constantly at war, and they live in these caves and they're very, very isolated, right? So different cultures are close to different parts of nature, but all of them share this closeness to nature, because nature is where they get their magic from. Okay, so it expresses itself in their writing system, where the sounds go up and they go this way, and then they go up and then they go this way, and then they go up and then they go this way. And since this is an alphabet, each one of these is just a sound. Oth. So that's one word. Next column. Agrap. Agrap. Right? Oth agrap. Gath. Gath. Oth agrap gath. Ok. Murgul. Murgul. Oth agrap gath. Ok. Murgul. So that's how the writing works. The syntax in ORCISH is different than English. The verb always comes first. The verb is attached to the subject, and then the object comes last. And it's very, very much a post-attachment language. The only exception with that is the past tense. So when a verb is in the past tense, you don't conjugate it. You just add the two glyphs A and G. This is AGR because agr is the next word starts with ra. But anytime you see A and G, ag, that means that this is a past tense verb, ag, and it's always a verb, right? So but everything else is attached at the end. Once, old, okay? And then to weave, agrap, night, gath, ok, moonful, murgul. Mur is moon, and then full is gul. I get to steal the Tolkien word. Moonful, it's a beautiful word in ORCISH. I want it to feel familiar to fans of Tolkien. I want it to be beautiful. It's a full moon night, right? And then it's associated with night. It's associated with the magic of Ugru. It's associated with good things to Nala, right? But you can see the syntax here once. So this is just traditional storytelling teller word. And then the verb, to weave, no conjugation. Night, so this is the subject. It's a moonful night, right? So the adjective is coming at the end, and I'm describing the night. And then this is like the past tense. There was a girl who was an orc. Did, so ag. So this is past tense to be. Was. And then what was there? There was a girl. So, did to be girl. Who did to be an orc. Did to have she eyes of gold. She had gold slitted eyes. And skin of green and dark green skin. Did to have she hair of black. Her black hair. And then when light touched it, drank it in. And when did to touch it, and by this I mean like it is the hair. So the thing that's doing the drinking, or the thing that's doing the touching, is the hair. The hair is touching light. The hair is the thing that's doing the action. It's touching the light, and then did to drink hair her. So I just used attachment to sort of attach. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then this all might change as I learn more. Like I said, it's a barbarian language. Did to drink, hair, her, it, meaning the light. And did to turn girl. So the girl turned, the year is 11, Ogana. Did to begin, to have she. Did to begin. So what I did here is, this is my first time doing a verb and then another verb. And so what I did is I attached the past tense to the first verb, and then I made this second verb where I attached the subject, wrath dreams. And so true dreams here, it actually, this is a translation from ORCISH is the idea here. And wrath dreams and true dreams is what it is in English, but wrath dreams, Rayu, and this is like the god of fire and vengeance, Ra. This is part of his name. And then Miyu, the goddess of stars and mirrors and dreams and inspiration and music, Miyu. So this is a combination of their names, right? This is vengeance dreams, wrath dreams, and that's. But the thing that I really wanted to emphasize in English is that these are happening, right? They're going to know that these are true dreams because they come from the gods. But these, like, rather than say God dreams, or rather than say wrath dreams, true dreams gives it a different meaning. To turn it the circle, turn it the cosmos, to turn it the cosmos again. And this is Durga Ogwai, Durga Ogwai Gwai, Durga Ogwai Gwai Guna. This is another, just like once is a traditional storytelling thing. This is a traditional storytelling like ending. This is like the circle turns is like a regular circle, physical circle. And then they say the circle, the cosmic circle turns. The world turns, right? The story turns. The ending comes back around. The circle turns again. The cosmos turns again, right? So that's Gwai Gwai is the cosmos. Gwai Gwai. Thank you so much for watching to the end. This has been an intro to ORCISH, a very barbaric intro to ORCISH. I'm still working on the syntax. I just made this language last week, so there's a lot of work still to do. Eventually, I want to translate all the poems in Orc lore, the prayers to all the gods. The Sundering is going to be a pretty high one on the list, and the First War Father and Mother Death, which are the three fables, three stories that are in Orc lore in poetic form that basically all orcs in Nala's village grew up listening to. Beyond that, I have some posters of the Orcish alphabet and then this translation, which I'll read for you one more time. And I've got more coming. I'm about to write chapter 51 in book 2, which is really chapter 81 in trilogy 1. And yeah, I just really appreciate you. Here it is. Murleth. Odd agrapkath ok murku. Agmukra nini ok. Ba agmukra ja ok urg. Agraja slidi batsich. Ngasegani bagri. Agraja laglev banu. Navelag sheshge zalva, agilaglev rajga. Na agdurnini, owaiga ogana. Ag urdan raja rayu. Durga okwai, Durga okwai kwai, Durga okwai kwai guna.